Mistress Claressa Shields making threats allegedly to Miss Shyneka via her coworkers. We've got to get into all of it, y'all. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields. Surprise, surprise. AKA Pap's Mistress. AKA Pap's Entanglement. AKA Pap's Pick Me. AKA Pap's Side Chick. Or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. So I still owe y'all part 2 of the Claressa Shields Cam Newton interview and also Claressa's Crash Out live response to Miss Shyneka. That is coming on the way at some point this weekend. Y'all know when y'all girl gets busy with the J-O-B. You know what I'm saying? I try to get to y'all stuff when I can get to y'all stuff, but ultimately this was something that happened that I had wanted to address, that I was not able to address it at the time because of the J-O-B. However, I got time today. So we are going to go a little bit back, right? We're going to go a little bit back when Claressa Shields was on Young Jock's show. And, you know, there was a question that went viral. That was the question that everybody in the country, everybody in the United States wanted to know. And that was Miss Shyneka saying, how long are you going to continue to date a married man? How long are you going to entertain this? And that was when Claressa's like, oh, pause. You keep saying that's her husband, but that's his wife. Let's do that. He filed for a divorce for me. He filed for a divorce for me because he loves me and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And when are you going to hold her accountable for her actions? And she's got somebody. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Still, there's been no alleged boyfriend of Remy Ma that has popped out because Claressa is regurgitating old tea, old mess, old, talking points that Pap continues to tell her. Has Pap explained to you what he was doing with Remy Ma, his wife, last Christmas break? Did he ever give you that explanation? I just want to know. Anyways, Shyneka, after that went viral, right? A lot of people had a lot of reaction. And then there were these men that were coming out throwing shade at Miss Shyneka, trying to make her feel like that the question was inappropriate or this was disappointing. And the thing of it was, nobody has asked this question to Claressa before. Not The Breakfast Club, not Way Up with Angela Yee, not Melissa Ford, not any of these podcasts. Y'all just sit there and let Claressa run her mouth. But y'all don't ever get to the nitty gritty. So Miss Shyneka finally asked the question that people are asking, and I still stand on the fact that, yeah, Claressa was irritated with the question, but ultimately, she was trying to put a hate train on Remy Ma, and I stand on that. She wants to deflect from y'all talking about her sleeping with a married man for multiple years, and he's still not legally divorced from his wife. And you wanted her to basically, try to divert to Remy, right? So that hate train against Remy didn't happen. A few of the Claressa supporters fed into the nonsense. But again, where's the proof? Where's the receipts that Remy Ma right now has a man? And I said, even if she did have one, she's not out here in public, got him on display, got him on the Jumbotron like you and Pap are doing. So Claressa didn't like the response to the interview, like as usual, right? But I don't know if she's going to have the same energy for Cam Newton of all the people that are dragging her and all the people that are going to be digging up receipts on all of the lies that she told in the hour and 20-minute interview. But she goes always for the black women. She always attacks the black women in every situation. But y'all want to try to do colorism. Y'all want to try all this other nonsense and foolishness and talk about unity and standing together and all of this and all of that. But y'all bypass when Claressa attacks and smears and tries to bully and harass and sabotage other black women. Y'all are on the mute challenge. Make it make sense. So then Miss Shyneka, she does an interview with Dennis Byron and Nyla Says, right? AKA Hip Hop Inquirer, right? And she basically says, listen, look at here. I thought we were cool at the interview. I know she was trying to challenge me to arm wrestling after she was done with Young Jock, but I thought everything was Gucci. I'm hearing all this other stuff that is taking place behind the scenes that Claressa wasn't cool. And so that is why she went on the rant that she did in the interview, that I don't know who you are. I only know who you are because Remy exposed y'all. I think Pap is taking advantage of you. I think Pap is using you. I think Pap is the puppet master and he is pulling all of the strings. So in addition to that, there has been more hate. There's been more negativity and all of the sort. So then Miss Shyneka did a live stream, and there are 3 clips I'm going to react to. This is courtesy of Live Bites. I believe in totality, the live stream is like 14 or 15 minutes or something along those lines. But there's just a couple of clips I want to react to because ultimately it paints the picture of how Claressa always moves when things do not go her way. So let's take a watch and a listen.
I was not interviewing Remy, so I would just please like for people to stop saying, well, Remy did this. Stop bringing that lady's name up. I was interviewing Claressa Shields. If I was interviewing Remy, then me and Remy would have a conversation because I want to know the backstory of this relationship that we felt was a beautiful Black love story.
That's my thing with Claressa. She is forever trying to make this about Remy Ma. You have done enough interviews at this point that if you do not want the conversation to be about Remy or Remy and Pap's marriage, you can say no comment, next question. I don't feel comfortable answering that. That's not my marriage. That is between Pap and Remy on what is going on with their divorce. But Claressa, every single time it is brought up, she wants to bring up, oh, Remy's got somebody. Remy's got a man. Remy's got a boyfriend. And that is what I said. That was what Claressa was hoping. She was hoping enough of her fans were going to spam the comments and spam the DMs and put all these attacks on Miss Shyneka about questioning Remy Ma. But the interview was not about Remy Ma. It's about you, Claressa. But you do not want to be held accountable for out here with a married man multiple years, and you knew this man was married when you got entangled with him. You were a Love and Hip Hop fan that you have even spoke about, and you were a fan primarily of his wife because you were in his wife's DMs as well, trying to be her friend, asking her for styling tips. All up in her comments, all up in her likes, all of the things. Calling her sis, wishing her happy birthday, all of the things. But then once you were hot and heavy, you know what I'm saying? When the black got too hot with you and Pap and all that got exposed and you were getting deep in it with her husband, you backed off. You pretended that there was some type of fallout or there was some type of issue, but you knew that you were wrong. You knew you were wrong, and you started to believe Pap's lies about his marriage while he is sleeping on Remy's couch. And if Pap was so successful and so big time and all this and all that and was so upset about what happened with Remy and Easy the Black Captain, why didn't he leave? Why was he still on Remy's couch the entire time he was texting and talking on the phone with you? Let's continue.
Remy is working on new music. And she's going to come and see me in a couple of weeks. Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
And see, now, Claressa, what you've started, because you keep mentioning Remy's name, she is about to drag the F out of you and Pap in allegedly a couple of weeks when she has an interview on Young Jock's show with Miss Shyneka. Because y'all keep playing in her face. Remy told y'all every time you run your mouth, she's going to respond and she's going to expose more tea. But you guys are jealous. Let's talk about it. You guys are jealous. Let's get into it. You guys are jealous that you guys thought you were going to have more motion and more traction than Remy and Pap. And it is way too much backlash that y'all can't handle. Y'all can't control the narrative. Y'all can't control that people do not like y'all. Where are y'all brand deals? Where are y'all opportunities at? That's why y'all keep going podcast to podcast to continue to keep y'all names out there. Nobody's discussing your fight coming up on August 15th. They are discussing you being married to Remy's husband. So Neil, because you were throwing Remy's name out there, Shyneka has secured an exclusive interview on Young Jock's show with Remy now. Because y'all keep talking about her. Y'all won't shut up about her because y'all know that if you just talk about boxing and you just talk about sleeping with a married man, it's not going to get any motion or traction. It's not going to get any attention. You throw Remy in there. You answer the questions about Remy instead of saying no comment because you want to try to deflect blame on her as if you were in that marriage. And now Remy is about to expose all. Remy is about to expose all, and I do not want to hear it. Let's continue.
People from my team that I work with were like, oh, you better be careful, in the comments because they're watching and she's with this person and that person. Like I'm supposed to be scared. Girl, all I did was an interview. Now you want to fight me about an interview? That is absolutely wild. That is what I didn't say on the radio this morning. So, please go see this lady fight. She fighting August 15th. She ain't buy no advertisement for the radio station. Girl, we're not talking about it no more. I'm going to shut it all the way down. I'm not Michelle Obama. I am not this cookie cutter. I'm myself at all times. On somebody else's platform. I wasn't going to get on the radio dragging and doing all of this, but I mean, it's kind of getting out of hand. And I did reach out to my lawyer because number one, she did lie on me, but she keeps saying that I lied on her, which is absolutely bananas. Yeah, she threatened. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she sent threats through people that I work with.
What? What in the world? What the welly? What the welly? Answer? What? But this is what Claressa does. This is what Claressa does. This is who she is. This is who we've been saying Claressa is. She wants y'all to support and get behind her being with a married man, her being with Remy's husband. She thinks this is her ticket to fame, her ticket to superstardom, her ticket to all of the opportunities and all of the things. She cannot handle the fact whenever people hold her accountable, whenever people ask her the right questions, she crashes out. She loses it. And she specifically has an issue when it's black women that do it. She never has the same smoke if it is men or black men in particular that ask her the same questions, because notice she doesn't have any smoke for Cam Newton, who also asked similar questions broken down. No smoke for him. She has no smoke for Charleston White, who basically said that more black girls need to be mistresses and side chicks like Claressa Shields. And that he understands Pap broke Pap. Being broke, being married to a superstar, and having a side chick. Basically saying he ain't about nothing. All he can offer is conversation and so-so-D. That is what Charleston White said. That is the same post that your bestie Claressa Nini liked. And Pap's daughter Chanel liked. And you do not have smoke for them. You don't have smoke for them. Just like you didn't have smoke for Umar Johnson. Another black man that came out and basically said, listen, look at here. I may like Claressa and Pap together, but I feel like Pap's not showing as much interest to Claressa the way she's showing interest to him. And Claressa hyped up and promoted his platform that he did the interview on. and said, oh, our love language is different. We have different displays of affection and da 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 da. No. But as for the threats, you know what I'm saying? Who's shocked? Who is shocked about the threats? This is what Claressa does, whether it's behind burner accounts, whether it is, you know what I'm saying, with other celebrities and high profile people and everything else. Remember, she got on Angela Yee and the Breakfast Club and alleged that she sent 50 Cent a cease and desist? That Geisha 305 had confirmed via 50 Cent's legal team that they still never received anything? That was all, you know what I'm saying? That was just noise that Claressa was trying to make it seem like she was taking action. And you lied on Miss Shyneka about her allegedly cheating on her husband with a barber. So now she's got her lawyers involved. And you did the same thing to Alicia Baumgartner after you slapped her. You went on a live stream alleging also as well that, you know, trying to use Adrian's alleged tea that was not verified about what Alicia Baumgartner is or isn't doing with other men, and you tried to SLUT shame her. And you tried to get tea from a bitter whatever Des Bryant was to Alicia Baumgartner, because again, no confirmation. But you took him allegedly saying that Alicia Baumgartner was talking about Claressa all the time or whatever the case may be to basically twist it around and make it seem as though that lady's obsessed with you when you are dealing with somebody who is bitter that whatever he was hoping to get out of or from Alicia Baumgartner didn't work his way. So as a result, you have these black men that prefer Alicia Baumgartner to you, that went to you specifically just to bash her because they didn't get what they wanted out of her. And you don't see through that. And you did the same nonsense here with Miss Shyneka. You didn't like the response that this interview had because nobody's talking about whatever you said in the rest of the interview. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to ruin Miss Shyneka. And you were making threats via her coworkers. So what? You called up Young Jock and said, listen, look at here, Miss Shyneka better not speak on me ever again or I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, what are we doing? You can't just threaten people and make threats to numerous and various people and get away with it. But here's the thing. You've done this several times. You've done this to YouTubers. Remember the fight with Franchon Cruz? You alleged that if any of the YouTubers showed up at, you know what I'm saying, Little Caesars Arena, that you allegedly had all of our pictures and we were going to be banned from the arena. And I was trying to tell y'all that was fake news. That was absolutely fake news. Because number one, there are multiple entrances to enter an arena, y'all. And you want me to believe that Claressa Shields has sat here and trying to figure out who each of these YouTubers are and has their faces allegedly printed when you go to check in at a arena for a fight, for a concert, or whatever the special event is at said venue? You want me to believe at every single station there is a printout of at least 20 or 30 YouTubers of all their faces, and the people at security, you know what I'm saying, they got time to go through each of those papers and see who you are and tell you you can't get into the fight? No. I have a bridge to sell you. I have a bridge to sell you. But this is classic Claressa Shields. When things do not go her way, when the public is not on her side, which is most of the time, she goes in on attack mode, and especially she goes in on attack mode on black women specifically. She is male identified and has no smoke for none of the men who have played in her face, who call themselves defending her, but are also throwing backhanded shade right back at her that her best friend Nene and Pap's daughter are liking the post about. And she has no smoke for them. That they ain't really fooling with her like that, but they are fooling with the attention and the opportunities and the shmoney that they can make off of her. But Claressa don't see it. She does not see it at all. So anyways, that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor. I need y'all to do me the biggest one, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's total says final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. Subscribe. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.